Stars fans. This is another episode of the Stars podcast. We're reviewing Game 6 against the Heat. I'm joined by my co-host.
G'day guys, it's Jacob here
G'day.
from Melbourne Stars News. I'm lucky enough to be joined by not only Heath, but two other guests today. We've got our other co-host, Josh. We're also joined by Jack. How you guys
How you
doing
going, guys?
Good. Welcome on, both of you, and we're looking forward to another
Thank you.
review. This time it's a positive review, Game 6. We got the
Yeah.
win, our first win of the season against the reigning premiers, Brisbane Heat. So we're looking forward to diving into this very exciting game review, but I'll hand back over to Heath to get us started.
Okay. So obviously, we'll recap the game. We win the toss. Does something. We win the toss. To bowl, and then it was just like
Put on a good result.
we bowled for one. We lose a few wickets early, and we were thinking.
Yeah.
Partnership of Lawrence and Stoins was 132 off 84 and got us to our first win. So what was your thoughts on the win as a whole?
I think it was a pretty impressive win. You know, it was something that we really needed, you know, being down 0-5 and our season's on the line. The main positives, were kind of both innings. I think our bowling was really impressive throughout the whole time.
Steckity got 2 for 42 or 4 overs. I reckon
we took wickets early, didn't we?
Yeah.
And obviously, Joel Paris was getting the ball swinging really nicely, along with Marcus Stoinis, even put up some good bowling figures.
Yeah.
So all round, a lot of guys were taking wickets, and we really just shocked the Heat early. Max Bryant came out with 74 runs towards the back end of the innings, and that was what kind of put the Heat in a somewhat defendable total. From a bowling point of view, batting point of view, my positive would only really be the partnership between Stoinis and Lawrence.
Yeah.
We choked early.
They put on 100 partnership as well.
Yeah, it was really impressive. 134 partnership, I believe, which is the biggest of BBL 14 so far.
Yeah.
It was about time. We haven't had a solid partnership like that for a long time, ever since we've been losing, and it was really impressive. So, to finally see that happen, what did you guys think?
Harper and Duckett were unlucky to get out early, as they just got out unlucky. Really?
Yeah, it seemed that Duckett possibly had a finger injury, which could have,
they come off early.
I'm not sure. But, obviously the inside edge on the gloves was tough. Harper is in some questionable form along with Tom Rogers. So I think those two guys, potentially the order needs to be changed up heading into next game. Heath and Josh, what did you guys think about our batting lineup throughout the night?
I thought it was, look, I just liked the way how Marcus Stoinis and Dan Lawrence went about it. I think the rest of the batters, was a bit disappointing, but we were lucky to have Marcus Stoinis that really stood up last night.
What did you think, Heath?
I thought that we were very good with when we lost 3 wickets and Lawrence and Stoinis came in. I thought, oh no, not again. But we were so composed. Stoinis and Lawrence just did whatever they wanted and made the Heat bowlers look great.
Yeah, no, we definitely got him early. It was well needed. Colin Munro, Matt Renshaw.
So was Peter Siddle as well. He got McSweeney out, and and we needed that wicket at that time as well.
Yeah. No, the Heat definitely have some power hitters up in their top order, and it was crucial to get them out early. Peter Siddle obviously came into the attack and first ball dismissed McSweeney, bowled him. So, it was pretty pleasing, and I just hope for that consistency throughout the rest of the season. We need to continue to take wickets early.
Yeah.
That power play is really crucial for keeping that low run rate down. So, hoping for that in the future.
Yeah, I think for our bowlers in the games, I think we need to make sure we don't let one player like go all out, like what we did with Sam Billings and then Max Bryant last night. We always have that one player that we let, just go full out.
Let them get runs.
And usually when we're playing, it's more than one player who gets that large amount of runs. But we were lucky last night. We contained the heat to just having Max Bryant score the runs, which was handy because when teams build that partnership of two or three or four guys making 50s, then it's really hard to defend that total or chase that total. Which the Heat found last night when we got our partnership going. They really struggled. So yeah, it was an impressive game to say the least. Heath, did you want to touch on some other things?
I was gonna say, do you have negatives that you guys?
Did you want to repeat that one, please, Heath?
Did you guys see any negative needed to improve on or what?
Yeah, so I think the main negative was probably just the top order batting. Obviously, Ben Duckett's usually pretty consistent and
Even
he is in good form. But
with
just
Maxi, he got out for Golden Ducks. He just tried to finish off the game too early. Like, I liked how Lawrence was batting and taking his time at the crease. Like, he kept just taking the singles. Like,
Dan Lawrence was definitely anchoring the
yeah,
innings, as
for
they
his
call it,
first
which
game
is
as well at the Stars as well. Not first game, but he obviously played last season. I really liked his batting.
Yeah, he was anchoring the innings, which really just isn't slogging it, but just making those consistent runs, getting kind of six to 8 runs and over, which is all we needed. Just taking it slow and taking it smart, which I think the negative, which Heath was just mentioning, was Tom Rogers and Sam Harper just playing those unnecessary shots, going for ramp shots and pull shots, and we just don't need them. And that
we don't need
was
him.
obviously costly. We were 3 for 14 in the power play, which really shocked us. And then Maxi threw his wicket away, but it was a little bit more understandable in these circumstances, considering we only needed 4 from about 30. So maybe a little bit of leeway there, but in future we're looking for some big performances from him. He's 20 runs away from 3,000 runs, so that'll be good.
He'll make that next game.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
we hope so.
Hope so.
What do you want to touch on next, Heath?
Trying to figure out. We've discussed the positives and the negatives. Thoughts on I was going to say thoughts on Mark Steckerty's performance. I thought with his bowling, he was
2 for 42.
Yeah, I thought he was good, but also he was a bit expensive at times, and I think it was due to we had them 4 for 47, and
that's when Max Bryan probably hit him.
Yeah, and that's why Bryant needed to come out and just slog it. So that's why I think we were bowling the way we were. I was just wondering if you guys felt the same way.
Yeah, no, I think Stecky, I agree when you said he was needed and he was expensive at times. I think in a game like that, when Max Bryant is trying to score, it's kind of 12 to 15 runs and over to make a comeback, that it's acceptable. I think he was just bowling at that rough time. But early on in the game, he was swinging the ball really nicely and he was crucial in our power play. I mean, those first 4 overs with Paris and Secti, we held him to a really low total and he took some nice wickets. So I think it's disappointing that we haven't played him more. I think we should have been playing him in Paris from the start because when you look at our lineup last night, it was probably the best lineup we've had bowling wise. So disappointing to see that, but I think Stecky was really impressive and he proved his point on why he should be there along with Paris.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think last night, especially having Stecky back in, we held them for 4 to 47 in the 10 over mark.
Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, what are you guys' thoughts on Stoinis bowling himself in the Heat's power?
I think Stoinis bowled really well last night. The only thing is he probably didn't need to bowl himself in the power surge as he did end up being costly. I probably would have looked to someone more like Siddle or Stecky who still had overs left when they did take the power surge. As Samamir also had an over left by the end of the innings. But look, I think usually I'd be pretty disappointed. But to be fair, last night he was actually bowling pretty well. So I wasn't too mad about it. And I was impressed to see that he didn't bowl himself and Maxi in the power play, which is the
He
first
hasn't bowled
4
for
overs of the game.
two games already, Maxwell. So,
Yeah.
but like with that injury last night,
Yeah.
where he threw it in his arms, so he put him down the order himself. And
Yeah, I think it was an all right decision putting Maxi down the order tonight. Last night, I think our lineup bringing Dan Lawrence in was a lot better, and Maxi is suited at that kind of back innings position. And look, he threw his wicket away, but at the end of the day, we know we can rely on him.
We'll just win. Yeah.
What did you guys think of the lineup overall? Obviously, our best 11, well, not our best 11, but our final 11 looked a bit different last night. No Bo Webster. We saw Tom Rogers return. What did you think about those changes? And do you think it was positive, or do you think we should tweak the lineup again heading into Saturday?
I reckon we just keep the lineup because, as on with Lawrence and Stoinis and them all putting on a partnership at that right time that we needed it. I reckon we just keep our lineup. And no
I'd agree.
changes.
The only change would be Tom Curran coming back into the attack to replace Dan Lawrence. He's not coming back next game, but there is potential that he could be back the following game, which would be against the Sydney Sixers. So personally, I would prefer having Dan Lawrence in the team over Tom Curran, but unfortunately, that's not how it's going to work when Curran returns.
Yeah, I definitely I really liked our squad last night, especially not having Merlo in and Callaway and all those young guys. I think what we should change is we should put Bo Webster in for Tom Rogers. I think that'll be handy.
He hasn't been making.
I do agree. I think I'd rather Dan Lawrence than Tom Curran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I think Lawrence is definitely someone who we could look to target in the draft next year. As a top order batter, he's been really consistent for us, and he looks to be enjoying his time in Melbourne. So hopefully that's something we can target next year. Heath, did you want to touch on anything else?
Yeah, no, I reckon like the rest, we keep the same lineup, but somehow we bring someone in for Curran, as I don't know who that'll be, and just keep playing the way we're doing. If we have when we lose wickets, we should be fine. Like I really want us to get on a winning streak, and we are undefeated 25. So let's keep the train rolling. As have the Renegades, the neighbours, and we want to beat them, don't we, guys?
Yeah, definitely.
I
want to touch on with the fielding. Maxi took 4 catches in the field. One was pretty real. It was amazing.
He was definitely very impressive in the field. He's always in those hot spots in the field for catching purposes, and he never drops one like we saw last night. He was 4 for 4.
In the warm-ups, he does sometimes. But
he's always warming up with some incredible catches. And that one was crucial, getting the wicket of Jack Preswidge towards the end of the game, and a couple of nice ones earlier. So, I think that'll go down as one of the all-time great catches in BBL. There's a lot of controversy about it, but it was impressive to see him putting in the effort in the field.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you have any other notes that you wanted to touch on, Jack?
Not really. I reckon I'll just say about the Brisbane Heat bowler bowled pretty alright. 4 for what did I have him for? 4 for 10 of 4 overs.
That is very good. I did note that at the end of the game. He looked really promising. The Heat have a very solid bowling attack. I mean, the 2 spinners, Kuhneman and Schwepson, along with Spencer Johnson and Xavier Bartlett. I mean, it's understandable how he lost wickets early facing those guys, but Stoinis and Lawrence did well to maintain the partnership.
Yeah.
Joel Paris also bowled quite well for us. He had some good figures.
In the power play as well. Yeah, standard up.
Conceded very little runs, which was good.
With that no ball as well, that ball. He bowled a no ball and Duckett caught it. That was unlucky. But then a couple balls later, or a couple overs later, he got Munro out. But the
big
same
wicket
ball.
for Munro. That was good. Heath, did you want to wrap things up, or did you have something else to touch on?
I've got points. What do you think of how we took until the last over for our power surge? Did you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, I actually did, because I think they forgot about it. I don't know why.
I reckon we didn't need it, to be honest.
Yeah, but there's no reason why we shouldn't take it if we have the opportunity.
To
If we
just
got
win.
if we got the game done quicker, then we would have had a better net run rate, which means we would have been in a higher position on the ladder. So
Later.
the
Yes.
quicker we finish, the better. So there's who wouldn't want to have the power play? Like, it's literally a free bonus. Like, why wouldn't you take it? So I don't think they didn't want it. I think they just forgot about it or chose it. We're waiting for it, and then obviously we lost Stoinis' wicket, and then maybe Lawrence decided that it was best to leave it. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't want to risk too many things, but it was disappointing to see that we didn't take it earlier, because there's been a lot of talk about needing to do that.
Them to just finish off the game and then getting them early wickets, and then we had to come in after Maxwell. Like, Lawrence just stayed in and just hit singles until he finished off the game. Like, incredible.
Yeah, Lawrence was a top performer last night.
Yeah.
And didn't go slogging, but played the right shots at the
Yeah.
right times. That sums up his night pretty well. 62 or 64 runs in the end. We've got our Stars BBL player of the game, so congratulations to him. First
Damn
game.
right.
Brought up the half century in his first game back last year, and he also did it again this year, so it was impressive by him. Yeah, he really seems to be in form for the BBL.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything else, Heath?
Yeah, I'll just podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Josh and Jacob, as always.
No, it's been a pleasure to come on for yet another episode and discuss finally a win. It's been great.
Win.
We've been waiting for a very, very long time. We've been through all the negative times, and it's great to finally discuss some positive things and hoping for more in the coming weeks.
We continue.
Yeah, definitely. It was really good getting the win last night, and really good doing a much better and positive review.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, guys, for coming.
Thank you, Heath.
Thanks, Heath. Go Stars.
Go Stars.
Go Stars.
What you doing? You just wanna